Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the pre-show. I'm John Idarola. Good morning, Dragon Squad. Today is Big News Wednesday. And one of these Big News Wednesdays, we're going to have a tiny little surprise, something a little bit of fun, but we're not quite ready on that yet. But thank you for being here, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in, and appreciate even more those of you who've already hit the like button. John's not late. It's impossible. I've set it up, designed it so that I can never actually be late. But thank you for being here. You are all on time. Hold on. Rob Shively says, did you see the live action trailer for Clifford the Big Red movie that JPI is going to fall in love with? He's a giant pupper. Okay, I have not seen that. Okay, it's coming out this year. What? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's jump into this a little bit.
There are times it can be hard to find.
Did you bring your garbage to school?
That's mean.
But sometimes,
Why are people...
doesn't it?
Oh, no, he's in this. Oh, damn.
Clifford?
Okay, no, that's all I need to see. That's going to be a good movie. I was literally just saying, I was walking my dogs with my wife, and I said, why don't they make movies about bad dogs that you fall in love with like they used to? Like, you know, Beethoven and stuff like that. I feel like they don't do that anymore. Well, apparently they do. Apparently it's back. Thank you for that, Rob. Glad to see some people got their notifications. Johnny says, hi, John and Dragon Squad. First show for 2 weeks. Hold on. After 10 days in hospital in UK after near-fatal sepsis and blood clots, not vax-related. Oh, geez, Johnny, I'm sorry to hear that. Glad that you're out. 10 days in hospital. Glad you were in the UK for that rather than the US. Just freaking to take us. Johnny, you know if and what kind of wine you and wife prefer, please. I've got JR's Breton book, but not your faves, please. You don't have to send anything. That's really nice of you. But I guess my wife generally prefers red. I think that we normally go for like a Pinot Noir, generally. I like white and red. I'm generally into like sweeter wines, you know, Rieslings, Gewürztraminers, things like that. But I'm easy. Vino Verde, I don't know, something. But thank you. Ted Cruz Wedge Dragon says, breaking all-time record highs by 10 degrees Fahrenheit, not normal. Yeah, that's for sure. And you know what? Actually, I'm glad that you brought that up because we're going to start there. So yesterday... I try to remind people that this isn't just about records being broken and stuff like that. Even in normal heat waves, people die, and it's not evenly distributed class-wise, all sorts of demographic influences on that, let alone the unhoused. And already, dozens of deaths in Canada have been linked to the heat wave. That area, I believe it's Lytton. I apologize. Maybe somebody can correct my pronunciation if that's not what it is in Canada. Reached 121 degrees. The third consecutive day that it broke the entire country's all-time record high. And now, let's see, from Friday to Monday, they've recorded at least 233 deaths, roughly 100 more than they would typically receive over a 4-day period. Again, that isn't necessarily proof that it's that, but there are apparently 65 sudden deaths. Seems like it could be linked to that. Over 1,100 people sent to hospitals. And that's over the border. I don't know what's happening, you know, on the U.S. side. I know that a lot of people don't have AC there, and it's not necessarily set up for this sort of heat. It's already happening. Keep watching for the next few years. We're gonna watch it every step of the way, and we're gonna do what we can. And regrettably, too few people take it seriously. Dresden Nova says, "Hey John, can you stop talking about OnlyPugs.com? That website is like $1,500 to buy. Can't you talk JR into OnlyPugs.net?" Okay, that's pretty fun. I'm not buying any of these. Dresden Nova, welcome to Tier 2 YouTube membership. At Tier 2, you get access to the weekly top 10 lists that Francesca and I do. This week, we did our top 10 pettiest pet peeves. Oh, Kayla says it's Lytton. Says, I live near Lytton. Thank you, Kayla. I appreciate that. I will try to remember that. Marcus Otero says, on title story, wouldn't the National Guard have something to say about that? Yeah, one would think, but don't worry. They got a militia. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a few. Okay, let's jump into some other news. Very sad about the deaths. Oh, so I was sent this, I believe it was on Twitter. And so we're finding out more details about what happened with the condo collapse in Florida, some of the lives that were lost. There's a story in the Washington Post right now that one of the phone lines in the condo apparently kept calling their granddaughter, and they don't know why. When the granddaughter would answer the phone, and apparently called like 6 times, something like that, they would only get static. But of course, they were terrified that it was an indication that their grandparents were still alive, but buried under the rubble. It almost certainly isn't that. Experts are saying it's possible it's as a result of the damage, something's hitting the phone or something like that. That seems hard to imagine how that would work. But the fact that it's only static maybe indicates that, although hypothetically, if somebody was calling, the phone could theoretically call, but wouldn't necessarily have a steady line. I don't know, but horrifying, regardless of whether it's because they actually were or are alive, or it's just some sort of bug or something like that. Can you imagine the pain that that person must be feeling as a result of that? We're going to be doing more tomorrow on that, more update. May Money the building. Hey, My Money says, hey, I discovered TDR a year ago. I'm very grateful for all the education you've provided. I always have been interested in journalism too. I got my homie visiting from New Orleans. I grew up with hanging out today too. That's awesome. Cool to be able to see an old friend, and especially I imagine after a year plus of not being able to see a lot of people. So that's pretty cool. I occasionally get to meet up with friends from back in college when I go to the East Coast. Doesn't happen often, but it's always good. And May Money, thank you for watching for the last year. It has certainly been a year to be following the show and the news. Tiger says, just got home sent for having an asthma attack due to the heat and humidity. Just found out healthcare has limits, then I pay out of pocket for ER. That sort of goes back to what I was talking about, Tiger, with better to be in the UK for that stuff than in the US. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Zane says, I never watched the top 10 list. I should watch it. You should. We actually have many of them now. I don't know. Do we have 15? Do we have 20? Wayne says, hey, Wayne, John, sending you a case of Mad Dog 2020. You know it's good. Just smell the twist off top. Yum. Thank you. Kevin C says, got my second Pfizer shot yesterday. No superpowers, not even magnetic. This is bullshit. I know. Yeah, the magnetic thing sure died down. Do you think that's actually a good sign? Do you think, like, people were... Because that was a thing that was spreading, and then we had the woman in that video. I think she was so dumb that she killed a conspiracy theory. Like, isn't that crazy? No amount of logic or reason can kill a conspiracy theory, but it seems like being dumb enough might be able to. Maybe we could use that. Maybe we just need people to performatively demonstrate a conspiracy theory in public, humiliate themselves so much. I think we need to do that. Maybe, like, we could do that with the thing where the frogs are just supposedly being turned gay by the military or something. I think someone needs to demonstrate that in a town hall meeting of some kind. Kurt Von A says, my Russian cam model is offline, so I am tipping you. Thank you. I assume for the same reasons. Non-Human Humanist says, Swiss, here, plenty of storms and rain and hot. Sorry to hear that. That screenshot, who you mad at? Oh, you're talking about the thumbnail, yeah. I never managed to get those right, unfortunately. Okay, so, this is a super minor thing. I just saw this and I liked it. So, Olivia Rodrigo, crooner, musician, is being criticized online for plagiarism. Courtney Love was all mad because she did an album cover or something that was like hers, even though, like, that's an homage. That's not plagiarism. I don't understand that issue. But anyway, then this guy Billy Edwards tweeted, the first song is pretty much a direct lift from Elvis Costello. And the funny thing is, when you do that, you generally think, oh, that's it. I have given my thought. My opinion has been released into the wild. But that was not it. Because you know who responded to that? Elvis Costello, who said, this is fine by me, Billy. It's how rock and roll works. You take the broken pieces of another thrill and make a brand new toy. That's what I did. How awesome is that? First of all, that Elvis Costello, I didn't know that he was live, that Elvis Costello's on Twitter, that he, look, it got the first tweet got some retweets and stuff like that, but not enough that an unadded Elvis Costello should necessarily see it. Somebody must have sent it to him. Or he searches his name. I don't know. But anyway, that he decided to pop in and defend this young female artist who's being criticized for what all of them do. All of them. Explicitly or without realizing it, are using things that they've heard before. I love that. I don't particularly care about the music. I like some of Elvis Costello's stuff, mostly exposed to it via Austin Powers. And I saw Olivia Rodrigo on SNL, and it seemed fine. But I love the going in to defend someone who's like a sixth year age, more like a fourth or a fifth. That's awesome. I like probably a fourth. I'm going to say a third to a fourth, but I like that. Thank you, Stephen. Octavio says, don't worry about the Florida Keys going underwater. In 3021, the people visiting the beaches of Ohio won't even remember. Jeez. Zane says, we'll check out the 27 top 10s, the damage report, Kenny from Philly. It can't be 27. It can't. Wait. Yeah. I guess we're a half a year into it. Have we done 27? Do you all realize how much extra content you get if you become a Tier 2 member at this point? 27 top 10s. You learn a little bit about me. More importantly, you'll learn about Francesca. Okay. Jeffrey says it's on the way to Wilshire Boulevard. What's on the way to Wilshire Boulevard? I'm not actually sure. Elvis Costello? Ray Turner says, we want a civil war, says people upset by masks. Yeah. Well, all we need to use in the Civil War, just use some sort of, sort of cloudy chemical weapon because we know they won't protect themselves. Tammy Anderson says, this is my first super chat ever. I love the Dragon Squad, even if I just lurk. Thanks for keeping me sane. Thank you, Tammy Anderson. That's really nice of you. Thank you for being out there. I love lurkers. I'm on Reddit all the time, almost entirely lurking. I almost never post, occasionally. Tiger says say crazier things to CTs to assert dominance. If they say the moon landing is fake, be like, ugh, you're one of those people who believe in the moon. You know, it's funny because as soon as I saw if they say the moon landing, I instantly thought just claim that it's not real. You're totally right. Oh, you believe in stuff outside of Earth. Mm-hmm. Clearly you've been influenced by the mainstream media, which also doesn't exist. Coney Jag says, found out last night my ex, which my kids and I are still close to, was found dead. He's been gone a few days and the dogs were still locked in the house with him. If yet gotten COVID shot, please do. Was it from COVID? I'm really sorry to hear that. Jeez. Had the dogs died too? I'm sorry, this is devastating. Jeez, Coney, I'm really sorry to hear that. Whew. Okay. How much time do we... Okay, we are running low on time. Okay, so I did that. I'll save this. We never have enough time, and I know what you're thinking. That's because you start so late. I know. Okay, so update today to a story we did yesterday. Supposedly, charges will be filed against the Trump organization, and some say Weisselberg himself tomorrow afternoon. We'll see. If so, we'll cover it. I don't have much hopes, much expectations. I just don't. Okay, we're gonna wait on this. The critical race theory thing. No, not today. Not today, conservative Satan. Tucker Carlson has responded to the NSA responding to his conspiracy theory. No, it's stupid. It's stupid. Like, Tucker is almost certainly just making it up. But that said, then if you claim that he is lying, then you're in theory saying you don't think the NSA would do that, even if that's not what you're saying. So people are like, oh, you're defending the NSA. No, like, can't they both be bad? I got news for you. In our world, almost everyone's bad. It's not about choosing one. It's maybe about ranking. Maybe. Although I would add some nuance to that too. But it's definitely more than one. That's all I have to say about that. Don't really care. Okay. We only have a couple of minutes. I want to play. I'm going to jump around, and I apologize for the shaky cam and everything. I want to jump around to a little bit of this, and then I'll give you brief comments. Okay, here we go. You're with me.
This is Trump's sort of first big major rally since he lost.
He didn't lose. He didn't lose. I know he didn't lose.
Yeah, no, but he did,
Shirt
though.
Here says Trump
Did.
won.
Yes, he
Is
did.
this about 2016?
Oh, no.
It's about all of them, and 2020, and the next one.
But he lost in 20.
So he already won the next one? It's done. Not Trump will win. Make that as a shirt. That's not falsifiable. It actually protects you from cognitive dissonance. You don't have to get in arguments with anyone. Nobody can say that you're wrong that he will win. They can think that, it's unlikely, but they can't prove it. Why wear a t-shirt that's provably false? Anyway, that's not the important part, though. There's a lot of good stuff here.
No.
Do you think what happened on the 6th of January?
This was
No.
all staged.
It's all
I
staged.
truly
The 6th.
believe that.
It's all fake.
Conspiracy theories about the election and
It's all staged.
But now, another fault reporters that Trump could be instated as president late.
I hope to hear he's coming back
Coming back in 2024?
sooner.
He's coming back soon, and you guys are going down.
Okay, so that's the two sides of the whole thing. So he's magically going to come back sooner. How? I don't know. You love the Constitution, right? Yeah, I do. So then how under the Constitution would he come back? I don't know. But you think the Constitution is the most important thing? Yeah, totally. Okay, so that's one side. The ridiculous, weird hypocrisy there. But fine, believe it if you want. And again, it's not falsifiable. I can't prove that he won't become president again. I can only say that there's no discernible mechanism for that to happen. But it's also, and you guys are going down. It's always the retribution. You'll note that, like, when progressives talk about some future that we want to see, it's about something being passed, something being done, justice for someone. We're social justice warriors, not y'all are going down. I want Bernie to be president because fuck all of you. He's going to devastate all of you. That's not how we function at all. But it really is just about the cruelty. It's about this desire for vengeance. Vengeance against people that haven't necessarily even done anything to you. You've just been convinced to think that they do. How weird. And it leads quite naturally into the next step, which I think is coming up.
Trump has been falsely suggesting that the
Let's see.
Arizona election being
Arizona?
No.
How do you... There's no... in some way?
Oh, absolutely.
Wait, hold on.
The election's going to be overturned in some way?
Oh, absolutely.
There's no
The
constitution.
military already knows it was a fraud. He won by over 80%.
Ron, you genuinely believe that he's gonna...
He's coming
that
back
he could come back as soon as...
before the middle of August.
And what if that doesn't happen?
Huh?
What if that doesn't happen?
We're going to be in a civil war because the militia will be taking over.
among
Okay. And so that's really the second part. It's the greater retribution. It's not enough that CNN goes down. No, there has to be a civil war. The military already knows that it was fake. Trump won by 80%. I mean, that's not quite Saddam Hussein numbers, not quite, Kim Jong-un numbers. But that's pretty good. He won by 80%. That's impressive. And because of that, if he doesn't come back, by the way, they're saying before the middle of August. That is not that many weeks away. If it doesn't happen, there will be a civil war and the militia will be taking over. Now that's laughable. I'm not caught up on the chat. I assume many people are laughing at the prospect that a militia would be able to do that. But that's not the thing that bothers me. And it's not like I think that guy will be like jumping over the barricades. He's not going to. The 99% of them won't. But as the headline of this stream says, they're horny for it. They are. And I know that I'm like trying to make you throw up or whatever. I totally am. I want you to lose your breakfast and everything. But that's what it is. It's not that they'll do it. It's not that they will kill people, but they want to see it done. They want to see murder. They want to see terror attacks. They want to see a militia take over the United States. Why? Because the reality guy that they like lost an election because he wouldn't take a pandemic seriously. That is all it took for these people to go from, I love the Constitution, America's the best, to, I want some yahoos running around in the woods in Michigan to literally take over. What he wants is the premise for The Handmaid's Tale. He wants some militia to come in and wipe out the military. Does every one of the people at that rally want that? Probably not. But I have a feeling it's not a minority opinion. Certainly not a minority opinion in terms of race, because I mean, you saw the crowd there. But that's what it is, and that's still out there. And the thing is, there's not going to be a civil war, and Donald Trump is not going to get reinstated, but he isn't going to get reinstated, so they are going to be angry, and what will they do? Will they support a politician even more fascistic than Donald Trump? Someone who is even more consciously appealing to the right-wing authoritarian personality? I don't know. There's a lot of people out there like that dim-witted guy that was so happy to see CNN go down or whatever. And that's out there. Okay, let me catch up on the chat. We are running out of time, and I'm sure I'm going to catch up to both Sophie comments and clocks soon. Ted Cruz Wage Dragon says, next town hall, me and my DJ Lunchbox shirt talking demonstrations how the frogs have turned gay. I can't wait to cover it on the show. Alan Smith says, Bo, the fifth column did a great breakdown on the Tucker NSA thing. Cool. Interesting. Connie says, I will try to remember that. I apologize. Suspecting COVID due to symptoms. Guess I'm getting 2 dogs tomorrow. Even too sad to harass you. I know it's shocking. Hope you aren't too disappointed. I mean, I'm sad for what happened. I'm sad that you and the family are going through that. Sorry, Connie. Okay. Let's see. Well, everybody knows what's coming up. Hold on. Libre Vision Network says, I want Wall Street to go worse than Revolution. When he gets in, you're all going down Wall Street. Jeffrey Rich says, you'll see. Okay. Seems ominous. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching the pre-show. Jared Jackson is coming up. Big news Wednesday. Denny, if you want to be a dragon, buddy, you're a dragon. You can choose a name if you want. You're part of the audience. That's all it takes. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to sign up for anything. We have things you can sign up for. You can be a TYT member. You could be a TDR YouTube member. You could go to Twitch or whatever, subscribe to there. But you don't have to. You never have to. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I'll be on in 13 minutes with Jared Jackson. Hope to see you there. Bye, everybody.